Hello, if you're a local business in SA and you want Vince and I to join you on site for one of our on-site live recording sessions of our podcast, please reach out to us at hello@livinpodcast.com.
It's a great opportunity for expanded reach, customer interactions, and some authentic storytelling opportunities for your brand.
Not to mention fun.
Of course it's fun. So email us at hello@livinpodcast.com and we will see you on site really soon. Okay. We're good. We're good.
Am I living? Oh, what a funny thing to say. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day, on a cloudy day. Your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a
Episode 2 coming at you.
Season 2. Episode 2. It's a lot of twos.
2. Ooh.
I love that.
2. Angel number.
Two little ducks.
2 little ducks.
22.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to another episode of Living Guys. You are back. It's a Monday morning, which means you're here with Vince Fusco.
And Nancy Timpano.
And we've got a lot of things to discuss today.
As usual.
Hey, listen, I'm going to go straight into it because this one I reckon is one that I could talk about for a while.
Okay.
It comes with a bit of a story.
Okay.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you somehow inadvertently end up as a third wheel?
Oh, yeah. I've done plenty of this in my time. I'm a professional third wheeler.
You're a tricycle.
Yeah. I am.
Could I say a tricycle?
Yes.
Well, here's a quick story for you that really is
Got
one
a couple of spare wheels at the moment, spare tyres. So,
is that what you're doing?
Christmas, yeah.
As you adjust yourself? Me
I
too.
was
After
like,
Christmas, yeah, I got a
Christmas.
Michelin Man situation happening.
Definitely.
But I went to an event at the end of last year with a dear friend of mine, two friends of mine, one of which you know as well.
Yeah.
I won't name who it is just yet. I think you'll figure it out.
Okay.
But I was invited by one person to a end of year drinks for a company that we work with. And I said, yes, I would love to attend. Another friend of ours works at the same establishment. So
Lovely.
This other friend was like, hey, when can we catch up? And I said, let's book it in. And then he said, I've got an idea. We've got these Christmas drinks on Wednesday. Why don't you come to that? And then afterwards, we could all go to dinner. And I said, hey, funny story. I'm actually already going as such and such as +1. He was like, shut up. That's great. Perfect.
Beautiful.
The three of us will get together and we will have dinner and break bread for Christmas and end of year. Just the three boys.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I love that. And
Boys' night.
Boys' night, which doesn't happen that often anymore at all.
No.
Let's be honest. So I was really, really excited to go along to this drinks, end of year drinks, and then go to dinner subsequently with my mates. So I meet mate there, mate A, mate B, let's call them. Friend A, friend B. We get there and straight away we get into the drinks. This was actually the last time I drank. I told you at the end of last week.
Yes.
I stopped drinking.
Is this why you stopped drinking?
Part of. Part of, actually, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But
We should thank them.
I have. So I have thanked them. I have done that. But we get there, we start having drinks, we're mingling with everyone, having a great time, and the night carries on. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a bit of a tricky situation because I don't want to drink too much before we go to dinner.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, it's only the three of us and they're on the piss, so I might as well get on the piss too. So we're smacking back rosés like it's just nobody's business.
Oh, so masculine of you.
Well, the red
Sorry,
one...
I'm
no,
sorry.
It's all right. I'm okay with my...
Boys' night. Let's knock back some rosés.
Some brosés.
I like it.
Do you like that one? Bros.
Yeah, I
you know,
do.
I heard that one before. Brosés.
Brosés.
No, look, the red one wasn't the greatest. I didn't want to drink Chardonnay, so I went down the middle and had the rosé.
Rosé. Chardonnay.
Which for me, I did start with the red though.
Right.
I did try the white, and then I went in the middle and had the
Okay.
pink.
Right.
Innuendo there that I'm not going to talk about.
I don't want to know about your pink bits.
Okay, I digress. So, smacking back the rosés, thinking about dinner. As the evening is progressing, mate B, who was the second one to be like, yes, let's do this. Let's
Mate
have
B,
dinner.
second one. I get it.
Yeah, correct. Let's go have dinner. He's inviting other people. So as we're at this
hate that.
event,
3 has now turned into what?
4,
Oh, okay. +1.
5,
Oh, +1.
6.
Hey.
But it's
We need
just
some
done
more
in
rosé.
No.
Waiter.
It's done
Waiter.
in the most loving way. He's just, hey guys, you come to dinner with us afterwards. And I'm thinking this is great anyway because I want to spend more time with these people. I want to be around these people anyway. So I'm thinking this is just a wonderful thing. Like the three of us plus one or two extra people is going to be great. I'll get to have a chat with them, get to know them a bit more. I've known a couple of them through association already. Good time. We leave for dinner at the end of the event. We're the last ones there because it's only a couple of hours. But we leave. And I realise very quickly that I was invited by 2 people and I was going to be one of 3. But now there are 11 people going to dinner. Yeah. I say, when have you third wheeled? I should have said, when have you semi-trailered?
Wow.
11 of us going to dinner. And as I sat down at dinner, I looked around and I thought to myself, well, hang on, I'm now the odd one out.
And you were invited from the start.
And I was originally supposed to be here, but now I'm sitting here with 10 other people who all work together
Oh my
and I'm not
gosh.
having an intimate dinner with my friends. So I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? How did this happen? But again, it turns out to be a lovely conversation with people that I want to spend time with. But I literally, have you ever done that where like you were the person who was originally supposed to be there and somehow you have become the outsider at a very comfortable, very close-knit work dinner?
Well, I haven't got a work dinner story to share, but I have third wheeled many times. But firstly, before we get into my story that really comes to mind, I hate when people do that. I'm
Invite
sorry.
other people.
Yes.
I think so. When they don't tell you.
When they don't tell you, because I've had occasions in the past, many occasions in the past, where I've perhaps organised a catch up with a certain person for a reason because
Yeah,
the conversation
this
is
yeah,
different,
yeah.
or I want a conversation to be about something,
Yes.
or I want to know about them, or I want them to know something about what's going on with me, but I don't want to share it with anyone. So
Totally.
I've chosen them in particular. So when at the last minute they've rocked up and very casually said, "Oh, I've just invited so-and-so to come," I'm like, what do you mean? Well, automatically the conversation is going to be different because I will
Totally.
not be discussing what I wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
And I get a bit peeved, to be honest.
I think that's fair, though.
I'm not going to lie. I do get peeved.
Yeah, I've been in that situation where like they were, I ran into X today on the way here, or I ran
Yes.
just on them and I said, come and join us. And then they're there and it's like,
Yeah.
if I wanted to have dinner with you, I probably would
And
have
especially
invited
if they've organised it, you have to be a little bit more open.
Totally.
But if I've organised it, it's like, don't take over my catch up, because I almost want to say, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll catch up with you guys another time. But if they spring it on you when you're bloody sitting at the table, too late.
It's just when the dynamics like change, because like in
Yeah.
that situation, those 2 people then might start chatting and you are left out a bit, or you go, well, hang on. In my case, literally I had 10 people around me and I was chatting with my mate very briefly, and then I'm
Yeah.
chatting with someone else over here who's I don't really know, but we're just chatting about
Yep.
life and stuff. But I'm like, I didn't actually get to have the dinner
Yes.
that I wanted
Yes.
with my 2 mates to celebrate the year that was. And so evidently we were all a little bit tanked. The food came out, and my friend who ordered all the beautiful food at this wonderful place, he has a problem. He's there almost weekly now. He'll say, he's
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
busted.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And he owes me a dinner there, I reckon. I think he could take me back.
Oh, that's
but
hilarious.
the food came
Can
out.
I come?
No.
I like that. It's
So,
good boy. Good boy.
Thank you. And we'll organise a separate one. But the food comes out and I'm starting to get a bit of a migraine on top of feeling a bit woozy. And as that food sizzling past me hits the table, I literally was like, turned to my friend and said, hey, if I need to leave right now, how would I get out of this work dinner? Which is not my work dinner to exit from.
I know.
But somehow, if I leave now, it looks very strange.
Yeah.
He was like, is everything all right? I said, I'm going to be sick. Like, I know how this migraine goes. I haven't had one in such a long time. But I'm either going to die here at this table in front of these people
And
who
put
are
hair in your plate.
awful, or I need to make a hasty exit stage left right
Now.
now. So I literally, he was like, go, do what you got to do. Absolutely. So I literally stood up, said goodbye to everyone. The food hit the table. And I was like, thank you for dinner. And I didn't eat. And I just left. And they were like, where is he going? Are you all right? I said, yeah, look, I'm just not well. And I left. I died the whole way home in the Uber. You've heard my Uber
my
stories before.
God.
Got home,
Yes.
crashed. Awful. Joya found me the next morning in the study downstairs, sprawled all over the couch. And she was like, here you are. You never made it into the bedroom. I said, no, I never made it past the staircase last night.
Wow.
I was in a world of pain, and that was a great reminder to be like, you know what? I think it's time to give up the drink.
So you gave up the drink. Good on you. Good on you.
But it all stemmed from being a 11th wheel.
Yes.
And I love that. My friend was like, you're going to tell this story on the podcast? I said, yes, because it is great content.
Do they know about this story? So you can name drop them then? No?
I'm happy to say it.
Oh, no, I don't care. I don't care.
Oh, look, if you guys listen, you'll be
I know
familiar
who it
with
is.
it. You know who it is. You'll be familiar with that big, beautiful voice of Ryan Burgess on Mix 102.3. Burjo, you owe me dinner at Tea Chow.
And I'm not coming.
Nancy's not invited.
No, and I'm okay. Because
But it's such a fun story. And look, I love it. I love this story for that reason, because it was such a lovely night.
Yep.
I loved getting to be in that room with those people who are people I want to be in the room with
and
anyway.
it's funny because we came away from that dinner and I used to work at Mix.
You
and you
did.
came away going, I was with Sonia last night.
And
I
she
was
loves
with
you, and
Luke
Sonia says
last
hello,
night,
and they all
and
said
I
to say
was with-
hello.
And I'm like, oh, they're my friends. Like, next time I am coming.
Yeah, you
Get
should.
stuffed.
You really should. We should do a different one. But it was such a lovely night to everyone to be like, you do the show with Nancy. You and Nancy have the show together. And that's how it sort of came up.
Beautiful.
First, Sonia said, how do I know your face? I told her as Bankers Say Crime Stoppers.
Yes.
To which she responded, I don't think that's right.
Okay.
Nancy. And she clicked and she got it. So
There
there you go.
But you know what? You've come up with a great topic because I have done so much third wheeling in my time because I've spoken to you about in the past, like growing up, very, very strict upbringing.
Yeah.
To the point that when back in the day when, you know, my elder sisters were going out, we used to call it going steady. Back in the day, going steady.
Yes.
Because we had such a strict Italian upbringing, they weren't allowed to go out on their own with their boyfriends, even if it became a fiance.
Tell me that you're a chaperone.
100%.
Yes. I love it.
100%. But I had them wrapped around my little finger because without me, they ain't going.
I love it.
I love it. But I have got a detective story.
Okay.
I have got a detective story for you.
I told you that I came prepared with a new sound desk this year.
And
I thought of you, Detective Nancy.
oh my gosh, I just want to put like a police cap on. Oh yeah, this is a good one.
All right.
Great
You're
sound.
welcome. Start the story.
Okay, so I can't remember how old I was, but I can tell this story now. They've been married 30 years or whatever it is. This is about my sister Angela.
Who we've spoken to on the show.
Yes, we have. She was going out with her now husband, Marcelo, because he's Argentinian. So you just, Marcelo.
No?
Kind of. So anyway, she was going out with him, and this is how naughty we had to be back in the day in order to get a little bit of privacy with our partners, right? Well, with her partner, because I was just a young'un. Angela worked in a store in the city, and every Friday night she worked until 9 p.m.
Late night
right?
shopping, yes.
Then she would catch the bus home because the bus stop was pretty much the back of our house. And one of us would meet her at the bus stop, you know, well, the whole family probably knowing us. And, you know, because it's dark, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, she was going out with Marcelo and nobody knew. I only knew. And maybe my other sister, I can't remember at the time that was home. But no one really knew. So Mum definitely didn't know she had a boyfriend. So casually that week, you know, she was telling me what they were doing that night. So what happened was every Friday night, Mum would think Angela was working till 9 p.m. But Angela's bosses were in on this. And every Friday, Angela worked till 5 p.m, Mum. 5 p.m, 5 till 9. And 5 till 9.
Shut
Date
up that
night.
you are selling her out so hardcore right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, I'm here for
I
it.
think
But my mouth is on the floor.
5 till 9. Quality time.
I love it.
So this is irrespective of all the times that they were allowed to go somewhere because I came. And as soon as I got in the car, they went, where do you want to go tonight? And I'm like, oh, tonight I want to go to. And I'd ring a friend and they'd drop me there and they'd pick me up later.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
You had it sussed, man. You had it figured out.
Oh, yeah. Well, they didn't want me there, firstly. And I didn't want to be there. Vomit.
Gross.
Vomit. So this particular night, my mother has had this beautiful idea. My mum loved a little Brundle Mall shopping, a little bit of how to scarfy, use her card.
Go for the Respeza,
Yeah. So she goes to me, I don't know, it was about 5:30, 6 o'clock. She goes, you know what, Nance? I catch the bus to the city. I do a little bit of shopping. and I come home with Angela tonight on the bus.
No mobile phones back then either, hey?
No mobile phones. No mobile phones. I've gone into panic mode. Dun, 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 dun. It's
okay.
really
Hectic.
So all I can think of is, oh my God, Angela's not at work. This is all coming to a head tonight. What are we going to do? So I somehow went into my room and I sat on my bed. I don't know whether I said a prayer or whatever, but I just went, Angela told me what she was doing tonight. What is she doing tonight? They were going for dinner at the Roundabout Revolving Restaurant at Glenelg.
The revolting restaurant.
The Roundabout with friends, a group
known.
of friends.
Right.
Anyway, I can't remember how old I would have been, 14 perhaps.
So she jumped in the car and she drove straight there.
No. I got the yellow pages. The yellow pages that used to be this big. That used to be that
used
big.
to sit on that just to be a little bit higher on the
correct.
table.
I sat on that bed and I am flicking through for that number.
Just picture,
I am like Roundabout Revolt Glenelg. I don't know how to use this thing. I have rung the restaurant.
wow.
Good evening, Roundabout Revolving Restaurant. May I help you? Listen here. My sister's there with a group of friends having dinner tonight. There's a group of them. I need to find her now. There's an emergency, right? Her name is Angela. You need to find her. And they're like, okay, miss. They're thinking, wow, big emergency in the house, big emergency. I'm thinking, you don't understand this emergency in an Italian household.
Oh, yeah. No, this
So they've found her. And she's come to the phone. She's like, hello. And I'm like, Ange, it's Naz. She's like, yeah, what's the matter? I said, Ange, Mum has just caught a bus into the city to come home with you. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. So anyway.
This calls for a real
Shock wedge.
That's a chock wedge moment.
That's Ange having to go back to the table.
One more time.
Shock wedge.
Do you love that you're also programmed? I didn't tell you, but you're programmed. Welcome.
I love that. And that's killed dinner, that whole chock moment. But anyway, so she's gone back to the table. Emergency, got to go. She's gone back to work. Because Mum would normally get off the bus. Hello, I'm here. I'll come back at 9 o'clock. We get the bus home together. No worries. So Angela's there. Angela's back at work.
How quickly did she make it from Glenelg to the city to be there before your mum?
Oh, hello. We lived at Paraka. By the time Mum went to the bus stop, waited for the bus,
sorry, no, I'm
caught
thinking,
the bus.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
I'm thinking you're already here, like west side to there, but you're back in Paraka days.
No. So anyway,
wow.
9:20 something, the bus would pull up after on Friday night to bring them home. So I remember just sitting in the lounge and they walked in and Ange just looked at me. She gave me that look and I just went,
wow.
Mission accomplished. We all live to see another day. Another day.
That is an incredible story. Tell me that you've obviously been like the favourite sister forever because of that.
No. Because it worked both ways. It'd be like, I want to go to...
you would just use it as, yeah. I have got all the dirt on you.
Tonight, don't want to. I never made her buy me things though, damn it.
Wow.
Stupid.
But what a save though. Like Nance, honestly, you saved her life that night.
I actually saved her life.
I don't know if people understand sometimes what it's like growing up in an Italian household.
I saved her life.
Life.
I saved your life. You owe me your life.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This is a brilliant story. I'm so happy I brought this topic up.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
I thought my situation was just awkward and uncomfortable that I was the outsider, but that's epic.
I'm trying to think if it's bad that I've told it, but no, they're married and 30 odd years, are about to hit 30 years marriage if they have. No, they already have.
So that's beautiful.
So, Mum, it worked out, all right? Calm down.
But that was also the thing, don't forget. Like, you don't bring someone home unless you're marrying them.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just...
But then once you bring them home, in my household, it wasn't in every, but in my household, I think because Mum really had us under lock and key after we lost Dad.
Yeah.
That's why it was extra. Next level. Just because you bring him home doesn't mean you can go to the movies.
No
or
way.
You can, do you know what I mean? So this is where they could go to the movies with me.
Yeah.
But I'm not at that movie.
You're a beauty.
I was at the next movie with my friends.
You were next door.
Yep.
That's epic. Okay, well, look, these are the things that we have to look forward to as our kids get older.
Has anyone third-wheeled?
Have you third-wheeled out there? Have you third-wheeled and gotten all of the dirt on your older sibling or friend like Nance here and used it to your advantage?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to say with this.
Yeah.
You
The
smashed it.
Roundabout Revolving Restaurant. It was me.
It's not there anymore, is it?
No, I don't think so.
I always remember people called it the revolting restaurant.
Oh, did they?
Well, I never ate there, but everyone was always like the revolting.
Why? Because you got sick? Because you're going around and you're eating dinners.
Yeah. See, that wouldn't do
It
well for
wasn't
me.
that. I did go there. I have been there.
It moved very slowly.
Very slowly.
Very slowly.
Very slowly.
Wowzers,
But
Nance.
there you go.
So, hey, look, tell
Third
me.
wheeling.
Third wheeling. If you've third wheeled, I'd love to hear your story. I know that we would love to hear it. Have you been invited to a dinner that then someone's invited someone else to and you've become the outsider?
Yes.
So not just third wheeled. Like I definitely third wheeled a lot when I was single and my mates were all in relationships. And especially like one of my best mates, him and his partner at the time, it would always just be, we used to joke that she was the third wheel
Yeah.
in our relationship because us boys were always together. Like if we weren't working, we were at each other's house. We were in the gym, we were doing something.
Yep.
And then she'd turn up and we'd be like, hey.
Yep. And I've definitely been the third wheeler, but when I was a bit older and I was allowed to go out, when, my friends Julie and Michael were together and I was single, I was literally third wheeling.
Yeah.
Or everywhere.
People used to joke that I was like
Everywhere.
their kid. Oh,
Yeah.
you got your son with you tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he needs to be fed. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure there's lots of chock stories out there.
Well, that's I think we've got an actual list of chock topics.
Yes.
Topics that we could talk about and we
Yes.
should talk to this year because there's more to it. It's not just about the dynamic at home. It's also about I want to say, I call it a bit of a time capsule. So like when our parents came here from Italy,
Yeah.
that's where they left, I think, the idea of like, not evolution, but things just stayed the same.
Yeah.
So like our household was 1960s Italian. Obviously it changes with each child. Like my sister Sonia, she's born 1970.
Yep.
So like the house changes through the years through the kids, and each of us got to do subsequently more.
Yeah.
That's what like we always used to joke. Like Sonia was, she's gonna hate it, but we often say like Sonia was the square. Julie was like a bit of the rebel, so Julie
Lena.
used to be
Lena,
like
Louis, yeah, rebel.
Sonia's job was like, you need to catch the bus home with Julie from school. And so Sonia would be on the bus and she'd see Julie and she'd be like, get on the bus. And Julie would be like, what? I can't. And Jules would get on the other bus and go to town to meet her boyfriend. Same thing.
Right.
And then Mum would go home and be like, where's your sister? And she'd be like, she missed the bus. Then Sonia would get in trouble for her younger sister.
Right.
And then Jules would roll in. And then well, not only roll in, we'd hear the car because her boyfriend had a Brock Commodore, and you'd hear the like burning up the street.
Not
We lived in a
Italian. He's
cul-de-sac.
got a Brock.
He was Italian.
Italian?
Oh,
Didn't they have the
yeah.
VHS Commodore?
Well, the Brock Commodore was still
That's
a
not Brock. Isn't that Brock of Ford?
No.
Or no, Brock. Oh, no. You're right. Okay, I'm there. Okay, I'm there.
Don't butcher the old Holdens, please. But she'd walk in and Mum would be like, how'd you get home? She'd be like, caught the bus. Meanwhile, you'd hear cruising down the street.
Well, that's
caught
what.
the bus.
Yeah, that's what March would do. Every Friday night, he would drop Ange home
Clever.
at the bus stop at 9:20. They'd literally follow the bus home,
Yeah.
and she'd get off the bus.
That's just this smart.
You know?
And then like Lisa would do, she
Yeah.
would go out more.
Yeah.
I evidently did. I feel like I didn't do more, but I promise you that there's an argument in there.
Yeah.
That I did because I was the first boy.
Yes.
But again, like I was never like out
Yeah.
with friends on the weekend to
No.
like going out to houses,
Yeah.
sleeping around, doing that.
No.
No way.
No.
It wasn't until I was an adult that I was like,
Yeah.
see ya.
Yeah.
The chains are out. The
Yep.
chains are off.
Yep.
And I'm flying the coop.
Yep.
And then my brother did more. So I think it just happens. There's a term for it. I can't think of it right now, but there is a term that's like everyone gets to do that little bit more. Each sibling
Yes.
has that little bit more freedom.
Well, yeah. And of course, God, if you ask Lena, poor Lena, didn't even leave the frigging laundry.
She's still there now.
She's still there now. But yeah, they say that. But I got to do a little bit more, not again socially, like it was because of dancing.
Well, yeah,
I was allowed to
always
do
out because of
the
that.
dance thing
I
and
was always
whatever,
at
but not, and then
yes.
home. But that became my
That
social.
was my outlet, 100%.
Yes,
I was
yes,
in
yes.
dance class every, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, dancing. Monday, Tuesday was singing. Sunday was acting. So
Yep.
like those classes
Correct.
were my outlet.
That's right.
But if I wasn't there, I was at home.
That's right. Exactly right. The other thing that's probably come from this episode is, has it ever happened to you? I'd love to hear if this has happened to you. If you've been, if you've had someone with you as the third wheel, for example, but then they've stepped in, taken over, and you've been.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that. growing up, and I hated.
Do you know what I
that.
love?
Introduce
though?
someone to someone, and then you're like a little bit less, little bit less, little bit,
But
and
they
then you
keep
lose your
catching
spot.
up. Yeah.
And then they take,
yeah.
so and so, and I'm like, okay.
And look, I think that I don't think I'd take over. I know I can, but I'm thinking about it now. But like, I do make friends easily.
Yep.
With the right people.
Yep.
And like, there are cases where, like, you know, even some of these friends that I've talked about today.
Yeah.
Like, we were introduced via another friend, but I actually speak to Burjo more than I speak to the friend who introduced us now.
Yes, right.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that just happens naturally when people do connect at different points in their life and what's going on in our world and how we see the world and whatnot. And it's just fun. But, you know, those things do happen. But I guess I'm not like, oh, I'm catching up with them over you now.
Oh, yeah, no.
Some people do that, though.
I had that
to
growing
make sure
up.
that they let you know.
Oh, yeah, and that's why it comes to mind. Not in, I can see how it could happen when you're our age now. But, I had that, when I was in year 12 and whatever. But, I hated it.
Yeah, totally.
Hated it.
And year 12 is such a weird, that whole time of
it was
life is
awful.
a weird space anyway. Now,
There you go.
Tremendous and horrendous. Hey? What is it?
Oh, my God. I can't think of anything horrendous at all.
That's a good thing.
For tremendous, I would have to just say, 2024.
Yeah.
The vibe. The vibe. And I'm trying to keep that vibe.
I love it.
I'm trying to keep, like, you know how I didn't want to mention in episode 1, like New Year's resolutions?
Yeah.
It's just the fact that in my mind I've decided a few things and that vibe is still...
I love that. I'm going to match that too and say horrendous.
Tremendous. Yep.
Gosh. Tripping over my own words here because my brain is swimming with all these things. Because I agree, like we're well and truly now, we're into sort of like week 6 of the year.
Yeah.
The vibe has been great. It's consistency and discipline. And like, you know, I mentioned giving up drinking. I mentioned, you know, some other things that I'm working on this year for myself. And I'm loving that the chart. I don't know if you chart things. I chart everything. But like the habit tracking chart where I see, there's little green dots.
Yes.
And the idea of like breaking that for a small amount of relief or enjoyment is not as exciting or fulfilling as saying, well, it's been 12 weeks and I haven't had a drink.
Yeah.
For example.
I know
what
what
I
you
mean?
Yes.
I'll tell you what else is interesting. When you say you stop drinking, everybody wants to know why.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're not pregnant.
No, obviously. But everybody...
And I hate that. Like, you have to have a drink in hand if you're a female. Otherwise, what's going on with her?
Yeah, I imagine it would be much harder. And I assume as soon as a woman is like, I'm not drinking that. Well,
yes.
What is it? But everyone's like, why? Everyone expects there's a bad story that has led me to this. It's not. It's just a healthy life choice for me.
And definitely you and myself, 100%, we can have a good time without a drink.
Hello, have you met us?
I don't mind.
Have you met us? We're a good time.
We are a good time. So, that helps that we can bring it without drinking it.
I love it. Bring it without drinking it. Let that be our sign off. And if you're
There you
third
go.
wheeling, let us know. If you're second wheeling and inviting third and fourth wheels, hey.
Naughty.
Speak to your friends first. We're going to see you next week, guys. This is Living.
Am I living?
Third wheeling.
I got a message for Joe. I got to let him know.
Ah.
I told him we were doing it, but I got to let him know this episode.
Can you believe I did that with my sister?
That's the best story.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've never done something like that for my sisters that I can think of.
Oh, yeah.
Saved a life.
You're welcome.
Am I living?
We love all our Livin' listeners, but you know what we'd love even more? We would absolutely love it if you could possibly hit that follow button.
Oh, don't just hit the follow button. Hit the download button. Hit the share button. Hit the love button. 5 stars, guys. Chuck us a review if you felt so compelled.
hello@livinpodcast.com. Reach out and maybe we can even come and visit your work site one day too.
Oh, we do love a good on-site recording, guys. hello@livinpodcast.com. We can't wait to hear from you soon.